Hi guys, good morning. I hope you're able to hear me. Can anyone please confirm? Okay, perfect. So till last session we have seen how we can create a delta tables and how we can feed the data into delta tables, and we also seen how we can do update other delta tables we came across it. And apart from that, we have seen data frame and reading data from the various types of the files and how we can apply transformations. So various types of transformations we came across it. Okay, so I wanted to take you through from today, I wanted to take you through the project. Okay, so this is it will help you. It's not going to be exactly your organization project, but the similar kind of approach you can have it, and you can feel many things that are going to be helpful at the time of working. Okay, so this is the report. I wanted to provide the data for this particular reporting team. Let's say our main goal is to provide the data to the reporting team or analytics team. Okay, so they're going to take the data from our side. We need to give the data to them. So your data sources, maybe you can collect the data from the various places, and we are going to consolidate and keep the data as a cleansed and aggregated data at one place. And reporting team is going to take the data from there. So this is the requirement. I'm having sales by month. They wanted to see the data, the sales by month. Okay, so you need to identify from where we need to bring the sales and from where we need to bring the month. So these are all the data points I'm saying. Okay, so in the report I'm taking only 3 columns, and there are a few more other columns also. I'm not taking them. Okay, so if at all if required, we can keep it. And sales is common again here, and channel is we require to identify from where we need to get the channel. And then we have a category here, subcategory, product. All these data points we need to identify from which tables they're getting, promotion type. Okay, so the channel month we already seen here, and quantity. Okay, so we need to identify the data points. So once you identify the data points, then we need to check from what are the data sources are participating, from where exactly we need to bring the data. So this is the requirement to just keep in mind. We need to prepare the data for this report. Okay, so just for understanding, I'm taking this. Okay, so even just keep in mind the project is going to be done with multiple persons and with multiple months we are going to do. It's not going to be done in a week or in 10 days. Okay, so that's not going to be possible, and one person is not going to do the project. Okay, so definitely there will be a team until unless you are individual developer. Even if you are individual developer, it takes longer time to complete the project. Okay, but here we have only enough time. Okay, so max, we are going to see this entire thing in a week or in a week, I'm expecting, because I set up most of the things for the last batch, so I can reuse that most of the things so that we can finish as early as possible. Okay, so this is the main theme of this. So for this, I'm taking 3 different data sources. I'm just going to take 3 different data sources. So just follow this architecture, how exactly the people used to follow the architecture when you go for any project. So first we need to have a underlying data sources. From what are the data sources we are taking the data. So here I'm going to take a data from a database. I'm going to use this database. So I'll give this backup of this database so that we can take it for reading. So this is one of my database to read the data. So what tables are there inside this database? I can give it. There are three tables I'm taking from here. These are all the tables I just wanted to say. Okay. So this is the database and 4 tables. I'm going to take the data from here. Okay. So what columns are required? We can see that. I'm going to take all the columns from this particular place. And another data source that I'm going to take is SFTP hyphen files. Okay, let me take this. There is a one more database also I'm going to take. That is not MySQL data. Let me say there is a database. Master retail DB. And here I have a tables. Category. Subcategory. And product. So these 3 tables, and this is a SQL Server, and this is MySQL Server. So 3 different servers and SFTP data. Okay, so like this, I have a sources. This entire thing I wanted to say This entire thing I wanted to say data sources. So from all these places, I wanted to bring the data. From all these places, I wanted to bring the data. Okay, so in order to take the data, we are going to have a containers. Okay, so from here, we need to first ingest the data. So this is there in a different place, this is there in a different place, and this is there in a different place. So all the tables are required for my reporting team. So reporting team is expecting this data, and we need to prepare the data from here. So the data is available in three different systems, three different platforms. So I need to bring the data from all these places. In order to read the data from here, we are going to use Azure Data Factory. We are going to use Azure Data Factory. It extracts the data from various places. From all these places, it is going to take the data. So once you read the data, then you need to keep the data in the target. The target in my case is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Target is ADLS Gen 2. I need to bring the data into the ADLS Gen 2. So here we are going to have a containers. The container name is landing. Okay, so I need to use the Azure Data Factory. And once you bring the data from various places, I need to keep the data in the container called landing. So this is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 only. Okay, so this is 1 minute. My battery is gone. Okay, so I'm going to bring the data into this place. How we can do it? We already know it. Like basically when we extract the data from the various data sources, we ingested it, right? So if I explain this, you should be in a position to do it. I have these tables here, this many tables here, this many tables here. Okay, so you need to bring the data into the landing zone. Okay, so landing zone, you're going to have all this data. And from the landing zone to you're going to bring that into bronze container. There will be another container, and we are going to use ADF as well as ADB. We are going to use. And from here, it will go to silver. It's a container name. In place of silver, they can have their business naming standards also. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. And from here to the final stage, that is gold container. Okay, so it depends on the requirement. Depends on the requirement. From the second stage onwards, I mean to say from here onwards, you can use ADF or ADB, or you can use both of them. Okay, so both are possible. Okay, so two are the possibilities are there here. Two possibilities are there. Either one of them you can go or both of them we can go. So here I'm going to take in many places, both together I'm going to take it. Okay, so this is the final target. From here, the reporting team will take the data. Okay, so we need to bring the data here. So what is happening when you move the data from here to here? In the first stage, we are just ingesting the data. You're not doing anything. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to ingest it as it is into this particular place. Okay, so as a files, it is going to ingest it here. Here, there are the tables. Okay, here are the tables. Here it is a files. That is fine. Okay, so CSV files are there here. And you can bring the data into this particular place. Okay, so as a Parquet files, I'm going to take into this place. It all depends on your requirement. If you want to keep them into the Parquet files, you can keep it. Or if you wanted to keep in a different file format, you can keep it. But I'm going to take that as a Parquet file format. Okay. So once the data is landed here, then it has to go to the bronze. Okay, it has to go to the bronze container. So in the bronze container, here it is a files. Here it is a files. But when it comes to here, they are going to become as a tables. They're going to become as a tables. So I'm going to dump the data from these files into these tables. Okay, so all the data types, mostly we are going to have a strings here. Most of the data types will be string data types because we don't allow any failures here because we need to dump every data here, and we are not supposed to avoid loading data is because of data types. So mostly we are going to have a data types the string columns, string data types here, so that all the data is going to move without any problem. once the data is moved here, when data is moving from bronze to silver, so here also we are going to have a table sum. From bronze onwards, we are going to have a tables. Here also you are going to create a tables. So what happens is here we are going to have a 3 tables here. Okay, so in this particular case, so just observe here, there are 3 tables are there. I wanted to bring them as a single table. Okay, so that becomes as a single table, and rest of them is similar. They will be having their own individual table. Only for this 3 transaction tables, I'm going to make as a one table here, and data types also is going to be changed. Accordingly, the data types are not going to be string data types. Okay, so mostly you're going to have it accurate data types, except if any of the places require as it is, such a string, they can keep it. Otherwise, we can just bring as it is as required data types. So data types we are going to fix here in this particular layer. At the same time, if the business requirement demands to apply any data cleansing transformations, you can apply here if you want to create a columns, or if you want to remove the columns, or if you want to restrict the size of the data, you can do it. You can also do in this particular place also. Okay, so here also we can do it. So data cleansing activities we are going to do when the data is moving from the bronze to silver. Okay, so when data is moving from silver to gold, when data is moving to here, we are going to do aggregation. Aggregated data, we are going to have it. Okay, our final result, we are going to keep it. It depends. Okay, so the cleansed data we are going to have, here also it is going to be tables only. So when I say tables, what kind of tables there is? Delta tables. We already know how we can create a delta tables also. So in this case, we are going to see how we can create completely delta tables. In the last session, I have shown you once you have a data in the delta format, we can create a delta table. Okay, so we need to have all these 3 containers, and apart from these 3 containers, we also going to handle the logging details. Okay, so log details are required. Okay, and metadata is required. So metadata means how do you know what tables are there? Okay, how do you know what tables are there? So in order to have the metadata, I'm going to create a separate container for metadata. And for log tables, I'm going to create a separate container for log details. Okay, so all are going to be tables only. Metadata also it is going to be a table, and in a log also it is going to be tables we are going to have. And here also we are going to have a tables. Here it is a tables. Here it is a tables. Only as part of the landing only, we are going to have a file formats. Only files we are going to have. But when it comes to here, we are going to use as a tables. And for all these storages, I mean to say for all these layers, the storage is Azure Data Lake Storage Center, no Databricks file system, no DBFS, and we are going to use Azure Data Lake Storage Center throughout this entire process. Okay. Any question as of now? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi Bhaskar.
Hi.
So this is the common process for
It's a common process.
ADF projects?
ADF and ADB.
Do we need to maintain all these layers like landing, bronze, silver?
It's again, there are some people, they may not maintain all these layers, but majority places we are going to have.
Okay. So coming to your point, so landing means we know ADLS Gen 2, but it's a storage only. So landing means directly we can store all our files. Coming to bronze, table means ADLS
delta tables. Delta tables.
Only files, right?
No. We can create a delta tables. We have seen right last time, yesterday, how we can create a delta table. The behind the storage is file system only. But even if we have a database here, what is the I mean to say, where exactly it will store this database? It's a file system only. It has to store in some. No, I didn't talk about it. in general, I'm saying this databases also is going to store in some drive, right? C drive or D drive, somewhere it is going to store. So that is also file system only, but it behaves as a database. So even when it comes to here also is going to be the same thing. Okay, if it is a file, you cannot do DML operations, as simple as that. And if it is a table, you can do the DML operations. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so for all these things, we need to set up the resources. Okay, so setting up resources is not our job basically in real time. And we are directly go for doing the development. In order to do this, in order to execute this, we need to do setup everything, and again, providing the access is our responsibility here. Okay, but if it is in real time, we can simply send a mail or simply raise a ticket to get the access. But here it's not going to be like this. We have to do it. If you wanted to really participate completely the real-time processing approach, then definitely you have to do set up all the things. Okay, and alert mails also we need to get it. Once that process is completed, we need to get alert. Okay, so I wanted to create one job for this particular database and one job for this database and one job for this database. Okay, so 3 jobs are going to run, and we'll see that when we go for development, but before that, we need to set up the resources. Okay, let me go for So I wanted to create a resource group. Before that, I wanted to take it as one reference. Let me create a resource group. Let's create. So this is my resource group. I'm just creating it. And let me take a central India. Okay, so Bhaskar-AD02 dev RG is my resource group. All the services, whatever the services are required. So that you can try if you want to write a blog for that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let's continue our things. Now I'm just creating a resource group in the central India. Let's review plus create. So inside this, we need to create this many sources. Okay, so this many sources are required in order to handle it. Okay, so I'm just going to take first is storage account. I'm going to take it. The storage account name, more or less same. Let's go to home, storage accounts, plus create. So you need to make sure to choose the right resource group. I'm just taking 02 resource group. The storage account name is Bhaskar AD02 ADLS dev I'm taking. Okay, and Central India. Let's take a LRS and next, and make sure to check this enable hierarchical namespace. Let's review plus create. And create. So I can do parallel, but I don't want to make you confused. So I'm just going to do one by one. Let's go to resource. Just 1 more minute, please. I'm sorry, I'm back. So 4 containers I'm going to create. Apart from 4, there is a 2 more containers I required. One is metadata and other is log. Okay, so logging and metadata is required. Let's go to Storage Explorer, containers, plus container. Let me create a landing is 1 container. And another container is bronze, silver, gold, so metadata and log. That's it. Metadata, log. So all the containers I have created. So first I created a resource group and then I created a containers. Okay, so I'm not going to keep anything here. Everything has to come from outside. Everything has to come from outside. I'm not going to create any folders inside that. I'm not doing anything. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. We'll see how exactly it is going to be happen. And then once you create this account, and I wanted to create a data factory. Okay, so data factory I wanted to create. Okay, so let me take the naming standard. Let's go to home, Azure Data Factory, plus create. So resource group, make sure to choose if you have a multiple resource groups. And I'm just taking my data factory name. This is 02, it is. Let's take Central India and review plus create. Go to resource. This is fine. So I don't want to set up anything. Just leave it as this. Apart from that, so Azure Key Vault I'm going to create. Let's search for keywords. You can get it. Let's open it. Let's create. Let's take a resource group and key vault name is 02 it is. Central India. Just leave it as this default, whatever is there. I'm just going to make this as just 20. Okay, so I'm just creating other keyword. Let's go to next. And vault access policy, make sure to choose and select all these 3 options. Let's go for next, and review plus create. So what is the use of this Azure Key Vault? We'll see. So basically, in order to hide your credentials, if you are having a keys or anything, if you wanted to mask them, then we are going to use this Azure Key Vault. So Azure Key Vault will be used to mask your credentials. Let's go to resource. Okay, this is done. And what else is there? Logic tab, we can do it later. Okay, if I go with the Databricks, I need to go and create a Databricks also. But to create a Databricks, I need to create this npm. So VNets are required. Let's go for home. Virtual networks, you can search virtual networks, you can get it. Just take that. Let's create. Take a subscription, resource group and give virtual network name. I'm just going to make this as a 02. Let's say next. So here we don't need to set anything. Let's go to the next. So here I'm just going to add a subnet here. Before that, I don't want to get the error here first. So because the same range is already used previously, so it is not allowing. So I'm just going to make this as 1. Yep, it is allowing. If I keep the 1 here. Let's go to add subnet. So I need to add the subnet. I'm just taking the naming standards for the subnet. So public subnet is required and private subnet is required. So when I add subnet name it is asking, I'm just keeping this 02, AD02, private subnet. Just leave it as it is the default, whatever it is there. I'm just going to give only the name of this subnet. Okay, let's add it. It's added. And one more subnet is required for public. Let's take that. I just wanted to say this is 02, AD02. Let's add it. So I just added this IP addresses range I have given to this subnet. And I just leave everything and go for create. Okay, resource group is fine. Let me duplicate this. So I need to create a Databricks. Let me take the Databricks naming standard. Create a Databricks. So let's create. AD02. Workspace name I'm just taking as this is 02. Central India. So premium I'm taking. And this name also I'm just going to take. Okay, so same workspace name. Before that, I'm just taking imagine manage resource group. Let's go to next. So I need to make sure to make them S. Then it is asking virtual network here. So virtual network is AD02 VNet dev. I'm going to take it. And then public subnet name. So public subnet name is this one. And the range we need to take it. This is the range. And then private subnet. Let's take a private subnet name. And range also I'm going to take. That's all. Let's go to next. Nothing is required here to set. Leave everything as stays default. I'm just going to review plus create.
Oscar, can you please explain a little bit about the VNets?
Even I'm not exactly aware of it. This basically to connect it to your database, we can go with the VNet. Okay, so we can go without that also, but through that range it is going to be connected. So I've just come across my project. They have created all this stuff. Okay, so the network developers or network administrators, they may be aware of this VNets.
Okay, so if you want to create a Databricks in Azure, definitely we need to create a VNets, huh?
No, we don't need it. If we need, we can create it. For practicing, we don't require to create.
Okay.
Okay, so in my project, they followed the same steps. I'm just trying to bring the same steps because these are all administrative stuff.
Yes, yes.
So because of that reason, even I'm not much aware of it.
we will enable Azure services, right? The main purpose of
Which one?
this virtual network. Main purpose is to enable some Azure services. We can utilize those services.
Yeah,
That purpose only.
that purpose only. So we don't need to know about all these things. Basically, we don't do it. Okay, so many things.
But
Even
the interface they are asking.
no, they don't ask about it. They don't ask why.
Key vault, Azure key vault.
Key vault is okay. Key vault we are
okay.
we are responsible. Okay. Even key vault we are not going to create, but we are going to use the key vault.
Concept is
Definitely. But
this virtual network they didn't ask, but Azure key vault.
They will ask. We are going to see that. Okay, so you can feel that what is coming under our process and what is not coming under our process. Even real time also, other keywords, we are going to use them, we are not going to create them. That is sure. But definitely in the interview, they will ask what is Azure keyword and why you are going to use, because you are going to use that. And keep in mind, till this project is completed, we are not supposed to remove this resource group. You have to keep it as it is. Let's go to resource. Okay, so your Databricks is created. I'm not going to create a compute under. So we'll see that later. And still few more services need to create. Okay, so once that is done, then we need to make sure all the connectivities. Okay, so logic app is available. We need to create two logic apps. One is for failure and other is for success. Let me create this one also so that we can complete most of the things. Logic apps. Plus create. So resource group is AD02 resource group. I'm just keeping 02 here. Central India. So just leave it as it is, the default one. I'm just taking this consumption, best for entry level. That is more enough. Let's go for review plus create. Let me take this. Okay. What is this? Something is happening. Okay, I think I took the different resource group name. I'm sure that. See, MRG, we should not take that. We should take this one. Okay, now review plus create. Because that is Databricks resource group is. So I mean to say Databricks is going to have their own resource group, MRG, for managed resources. It is going to have it. So that we should not touch. Our own resource group we need to touch. Logic apps and success also I need to create it. Let's take as Central India. That's all. Replace there. So when the time comes, I'm going to use this logic apps to send an alert mails. We're going to use this. Okay, so most of the resources are created, and in tomorrow's session, we are going to see how we can set up the connectivities. We'll see. Okay. So I'm stopping here. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Hi sir, Murli here.
Yeah, Murli.
Sir, one doubt regarding the containers, landing, branch, silver, gold. Is it decided by Azure Data Engineer or business?
Solution architects. Solution architects.
Okay, solution architecture, they will decide it.
Yes, the flow they will decide, and we are going to implement the flow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay then. If you're not having any question, we'll see you on tomorrow. Thank you for joining.